watching Cartell TV and I'm Amelia. And now it's time for the Cartell TV Top 5. In this video, we compare the differences between the outgoing 2018 Mazda 3 and the latest all-new 2019 next-gen Mazda 3. The Mazda 3 is a super popular small car here in Australia. Now, I've already done a full review of the Mazda 3, but this video just focuses on what's new or different for this latest model when comparing it against the outgoing one. But for more info, be sure to watch my full review of the Mazda 3 as well. Number 5, the looks, inside and out. We love the look of the old Mazda 3, but the 2019 model is obviously better. They took the best points of the old design and they built on them to create this lovely thing. The grille surround is not chrome anymore, but darkened and lower for a more aggressive look. The grille itself is honeycomb now, and that also looks a lot better. The headlights are much sleeker as well, and the roofline follows a sharper, more aggressive trend to the new Mazda 3. Interior looks and feel are also a lot different. More modern and I would say more practical. While the 2018 model was good looking and practical, it was nothing to write home about. It was an obvious evolution of the design of the first ever Mazda 3 from 15 years ago. The idea has obviously reached the end of its redesigning capacity, so the 2019 Mazda 3 interior looks a lot different and a lot better. It is minimalistic, more in line with more advanced and more expensive models from the industry, and very functional. Aside from the change in the looks, the interior is also more driver-oriented. Aside from the perfect sitting position that we are used to with the Mazda 3, the overall design obviously gives more attention to the person sitting behind the wheel. Even the infotainment screen is slightly angled, which brings us to another major difference in the 2019 model. Number 4, the infotainment. Okay, so I mentioned the slightly angled new screen, but that's just a start when it comes to next-gen infotainment. This new 8.8-inch screen is wider, looks a hell of a lot sleeker, and now comes standard with Apple CarPlay, meaning it's now properly integrated into the console. Also, the operation wheel for your infotainment is now wider and flatter. I'm not sure if there's an ergonomic purpose to this, but it definitely looks a hell of a lot more modern. For previous generations, Apple CarPlay and Android Auto was only available as an aftermarket installation and at a cost, but not anymore. Number 3, the noise. If there was one thing to complain reasonably about in the older Mazda, it was noise levels. I mean, they weren't unbearable, but road and wind noises were definitely noticeable. That has been dealt with. This is a lot nicer car to be in, mostly due to additional installation at the front that separates the cabin from the engine and under the car. Number 2, safety. The Mazda 3 has always been a safe vehicle, and this one continues the proud tradition. It includes the latest safety perks, including radar cruise control, hill launch assist, iStop, G-Factoring Plus, lane keep assist, blind spot monitoring, and more. What is different is that many of the awesome features are now standard across the range. Many of the things I mentioned and many more that I haven't are standard on the model we reviewed, and that one is the second lowest trim level. While you previously had to go up the trim ladder for the top features, most of them are available on this one as standard. Optional features further up the game by adding things like 360 camera and front cross traffic alert. So it seems that the city hatchback is set to remain the safety benchmark in this class. And number 1, the instrument panel and active driving display. Look, along with the fact that the whole interior just looks and feels hella better than the 2018 model, I just wanted to focus specifically on the instrument panel and active driving display. The instrument panel has a central digital display screen, which is exceptionally clear and now means your biggest section of information on the dashboard is now fully digital. This means that things like alerts and welcome messages are now more dynamic. Also, whereas in the outgoing generation had a flippy glass head-up display, which was only available on higher trims, this next generation Mazda 3 displays it straight onto the front windscreen. A better solution in my opinion, as it's less distracting to look at. But the best part about the new active driving display is that it's now available as standard across the range. Okay, so that was just 5 of our favourite differences. But like I said, there are plenty more. This next-gen Mazda 3 has a whole plethora of improvements, so make sure you watch the latest full review for a proper run-through of just what's improved in the Mazda 3. Thanks for watching Cartell TV. What do you think of our top 5 segment? Let us know in the comments below and make sure to like and follow us on all of the channels. See you at my next review.